So hello guys, welcome you all to debugging doubts. Now in the previous section we have discussed about what is concepts of relational algebra and all that stuff, right? So now let us solve one question. So this is most popular questions I seen everywhere. Let it be. Let's solve this. So they have mentioned consider the following three tables. They have given three tables. Okay, sailor, reserves and boat. So sailor has SID, S name, rating and age, and reserve has SID, BID and day, and boards have BID, name and color. Using the above schema, solve the following queries in relational algebra. Okay, so there are four questions. Let's solve one by one. So the first question is find the name of the sailors who have reserved the boat 103. Now you need to find the name of the sailor, okay, and whose reserved boat is 103. So how do you understand that? So they have mentioned reserved boat is 103, right? So we need to select. So first let us break down into smaller parts and understand. Okay, so we have SID and BID. Okay, they are because they reserved, right? So SID and BID. So from there we get 103, and then they have told to add the name. So we will join that reserve with sailor. You will understand when you solve. So first thing is you need to select reserve, and the condition for selecting this is boat BID equals 103. So this is what my first condition. Now what I do, I will join this with sailor. This whole thing I'll join with sailor. So what I've done, although I selected some rows of this reserve table, I have joined with sailor. Now what I need to print, I need to print the this thing projection. So I'll not print all the rows, I'll only print the name, that is yes name. So this is what my query looks. Now don't get confused. I will also show what table, okay, ready-made table, so you can see some example table. So there is sailors, reserves and boats. So what we have done now currently, see, we have choose the reserve table, and from there we have selected 103. So where is the 103? 103 is here, which is 22. First thing I'll mark, okay, so here is the 103. So this row will be selected from this command, okay, and this row will be selected from same, and there is no one more 103. Okay, now what I done, I have joined using the sailor. So what happens when I join with sailor, wherever there is a common, that is SID and SID is common, right? So it will try to match 22 and also it will match 31. So these two rows will be selected and both will be joined. Now what happens, so you found this 22 and 31 is 103 and it is in this table, right? So now you say project only the yes name. So you have all this like SID, S name, rating, age, then BID and day, all is combined, and you have only two rows here, both will be matched, right, this and this. So what you will do, you will choose the yes name to be project, that is D and L, and final output will be DL. So you can verify D has SID is 22, so in 22 it is having 103 as the boat number, which is the required one. So this is how you need to understand. I hope you understand. Now let's move towards next little bit more tricky questions, then you will get clarity. So our next question is find the name of the sailor who have reserved at least one boat. So there must be a sailor who is having a boat. So how do we know that the sailor has a boat or not? So you can see sailor is having SID and same SID is reflected in reserves. So what does the reserve say? The SID and BID have been assigned to it, okay. So SID is having a BID, means boat ID. So we need to see on the reserve table and select only the SID. But if we select only SID, but they say that we need the name. So how do we find name? You can see SID is also present in sailors. So we write join the reserve with sailors and then print the yes name. So let's do it. So our first condition would be reserves. So you need to select reserves and you need to choose only the SID. But here what I do is I will do natural join of sailors. Okay, reserves with sellers. So what this does, wherever there is same column matching, and if they have a correlation only, then it will be printed, and then I will project only the name, that is yes name. Let's see the example table. So what I have done, I have chosen in the reserve table, I have joined with the sellers table. So here it is 22, so it will be match. Then 29 is here, 29 is here, 31 and 31, 32, 32. So all the values will be match as it is. Then what we do, we print the yes name from that. So yes name would be DBLA, means all of them having a table. So at least there must be one table boat, right? So all will be having one boat. Next, move to the next question. Find the name of the sailors who have reserved a red and a green boat. So how do we do this? So they are saying we need to find a red boat and a green boat. Okay, name of the sailor who have that. So let us see the example table, because this is little bit tricky. So here you can see. So in boat we have color, and in the color we have red, green, blue and red, right? So we need to select such sailors who have reserved these boats. Okay, first our approach will be, we'll divide it separately, like first we'll do for red boat and then for green boat, and then we will intersect both. Okay, so first I'll write R1 and then I write R2. Okay, so what does it do? I will select a boat color, that is color. Okay, you can see they have mentioned color, right? Okay, color. So color equals red. Okay, and I will choose it from boat. From boat table I have chosen. So I will choose only the BID, I mean I will choose only the tuples which is having the red color, and then I will do join of this to the reserve. So I will do a natural join of this whole thing with reserve. Okay, so wherever, now see, the red is in 101 and red is in 104. So 101 and 104 will be matched. So you can see, I'll mark this. So only this tuple will be selected and this tuple will be selected, and where is the 101 and 104? Here 101 this tuple, then 101 and 104, all this will be matched in the proper way, like 101 with this, 101 with this, and 104 with this one. Now what I do, I will select only the SID of this outcome, that is 22, 29 and 32. So what I write, projection, select only SID from this. Now do the same thing for the green boat, that is SID reserve. Okay, so I selected green board. So now what happens, I will getting only the green, and this is green, right? This is red. Then from this I get green board, that is 103. So only for 103, so I'll do something this way. Okay, because this is green, this is also green, I'll do this shading. Sorry. Now the 103 will be mapped to this and 102 will be mapped to this, and we get SID as 22 and 31, right? So we will be selecting only the SID of this outcome, that is 22 and 31. So from this we get 22, 31. I'll write 22, 31, and here what we got, 22, then 29 and 32, right? So this way I have mentioned here for understanding purpose. I'll tell you in the end. So now what we should do, they have said name of the sailor who have reserved a red boat and a green boat, means they both should have, like you can see 22 and 22 both are having the red and green, but 29 has red and 32 has red but doesn't have any green, and 31 has green but doesn't have red. So what we should do, intersection. So there are many other options, right, like union, intersection. So we need to use the intersection one. So what I will do it now is, now I need to intersect, that is R1 intersect with R2. So now what happens, the SID with having the common attributes will only be coming here. because we have chosen only SID. So what I will do with this SID, I want to print the name, right? So I will join it with the sailor. Okay, now I joined with the sailor, and from that sailor I will get full values, right? Like I'll get only 22. The output of this is 22 SID. So this sailor will having the SID as this one, so it will be only selected this one. So from this I'll get the name as, so I'll write pi yes name. So I'll get only the name from this sailor. So this is my final output, that is R3. R3 is my final output. So this question was little bit tricky, but you need to practice this kind of questions. And let's move on to the last question. Yeah, now let us solve the one more question, that is find the names of the sailor with the age over 20 years and who have not reserved a red boat. Not reserved a red boat, you need to mention it properly. So this also will use by step we'll reduce and we'll solve. So first condition will be age over 20 years. So now what we will do, we need to print the name, right? So name however we will get from the sailors table, and for that we need only SID, we will get from reserves and also boats. So what I will do, first thing I will write yes 20. Okay, simply I'm giving a name and it will contain. So how do we select only the age about 20 years, just like in the previous question na? So we will just write sigma, so age greater than 20, and I will choose it from sailor. Okay, and then what I do, I need only the SID, so I will just write pi, so for all this yes ID. Okay, so this is my yes 20. Now what I need to find, who have a red boat, that SID I need to find. How do I do it? So first thing we will go from where the red color is. So you have no the red color and red, both having the red. Okay, so who is having the red? BID of 101 and BID of 104. For whom it is assigned, you need to look for the reserve table. So you need to join this, natural join. So 101 is wherever there is present, so that SID I need to take it out. Let's do it. So first thing I will do is, from boat I will select color equals red. Okay, from boat I am selecting color equals red, and for this whole thing, so when I will do this color equals red, I'll select this row and this row. So I need to join with the reserve table. So then I will do a natural join to the reserve. So now it happens 104 104. Where is the 101 and 104? So this row, then 104, this row 101, and there is nothing. Okay, so only these three will be selected. And then what happens, I need to print only the SID. So for that I write projection SID for this whole thing, and that I will store it in yes red. Simply I am giving a red. Okay, so S20 has only age greater than 20, and yes red has only this thing which who all have the red boat only. Now what I need to find, let's see the question properly. Name of the sailor with age over 20 years. Okay, this should be true, and who have not reserved a red boat, so this should be false, because this is who got a red boat. So what we need to do, out of this 20 we need to remove the intersection of these red columns. So we'll see it this normally. Okay, so SID of greater than 20, you will see greater than 20, greater than 20, greater than 20, greater than 20, all are greater than 20. So you will print all the names, that is 22, 29, 31 and 32. This is the output of this condition. Then output of this one is, you will get on this thing selected finally 22, 29 and 32. 22, 29, 32. This is the output of red. So this 22 and 29, 32 should not be present in this one. So what I need to do, minus. So my result will be this thing, SID of this thing yes 20 minus yes red. Okay, so this is my final output I am getting. So result will be, I'll remove 22. So what minus does, every element of 20 will be considered, and only the element present in the red is, if it is present in this S20, it will be removed. So that is, see, 22 is present in the S red, right? So remove 22. Then 29 is present in this thing, so remove 29 in S20. So 32 is present in S red, so remove 32. So only left is 31 is the user ID remaining here. Now what I need to do, I need to print the yes name, which is very easy. What you will do, you know the SID na. So what you will do, the final would be, you need to join this, that is sailor natural join with this thing result, and then what you will do, you will project only the yes name. So this is my answer. Okay, so this is how you need to solve. So you need to practice some more questions, so then only you will get some more clarity. And thank you all guys for watching, and hope to see you in the next section.